Hello everybody. I read some of your comments under my Soviet armors video and was inspired to make some ideas for the Chinese arsenal. As Fallout is set in the old USA, we only have access to the Chinese assault rifle in Fallout 3 and the Chinese pistol. That made me speculate on what possibly the Chinese could have had in their mainland arsenal. It's after all the main adversary of the United States, a superpower in the East, with its own vision on things. So how may the Chinese approach firearm design in Fallout? Let's briefly talk about China itself. China, officially the People's Republic of China, PRC, was a pre-war communist state in Eastern Asia. In the setting of the Fallout series, after the divergence, China post-World War II grew rapidly and by the 21st century had become a global superpower and a rival to the United States of America and the Soviet Union in terms of influence and wealth. Like the United States, Chinese expansion during the 21st century was accomplished by annexing neighbor countries. Although severely affected by economic crisis and resource wars in the mid-21st century, China was able to compete with the United States for control of the last remaining resources on Earth. Even after negotiations dissolved and both countries entered the Sino-American War, where the Chinese waged war for 11 years in occupation of Alaska, while defending their mainland territory from American invasion later on. In spite of crumbling supply lines and American warfare advancements, including the first deployment of power armor, the People's Liberation Army remained one of the finest military forces in the world. Now, let's go over the Chinese arsenal that I designed. I wanted to start with a pistol, something that will look uniquely Chinese communist, so I made the Type 93 Scout Pistol. Origin: People's Liberation Army, People's Republic of China, pre-war. Type: semi-automatic service pistol with integrated shotgun underbarrel. Calibers are 7.62 by 25mm, the pistol barrel, and a 12-gauge shotgun underbarrel. Action: short recoil, locked breech, primary pistol, and a break action single shot, secondary barrel. Defeat system: 13-round detachable box magazine, and 1 shell manual load. The lore: the Type 93 was an experimental pre-war sidearm developed by the Chinese military and fully assimilated by the 2010s. Its purpose was to arm the Special Forces reconnaissance teams and deep infiltration units with a compact but versatile sidearm, capable both of shooting regular pistol cartridge and also has an attached shotgun barrel beneath that houses 1 shotgun shell. The pistol combines a semi-automatic pistol chambered in 7.62 by 25mm, a cartridge that China had took from old Soviet Tokarev rounds, for its compactness and penetration, with an underbarrel, single-shot shotgun chamber that breaks open to the side with a press of a button. The shotgun tube was intended to fire a variety of shells, like standard buckshot, signaling rounds, and even dragon breath. The pistol saw a decent amount of usage, but wasn't made in large quantities. The Type 93 was issued primarily to PLA Recon Scouts, various Special Forces units, political officers that procured the weapon through connections and just wanted to show off. The Type 93 remains a rare find in the wasteland, valued by survivalists for its versatility, although the cartridge can be hard to come by. I'm gonna show you some stats for the weapon, and we're gonna go to the next weapon, an assault rifle, a PLA assault rifle. Although the Chinese assault rifle exists in Fallout 3, it is an old and exported model. My idea here was to make a domestic-made rifle of the main Chinese fighting forces in mainland China. I have taken a lot of inspiration from the current Chinese rifle, the QBZ-95, but gave it a Fallout twist to fit it into the retrofuturism of the series. The Type 20 Assault Rifle. Origin: People's Liberation Army, the People's Republic of China. Type: assault rifle with integrated night optic system. Caliber: 5.8 by 42mm, Chinese domestic cartridge. Action: gas operated, rotating bolt. Feed system: 30 round curved magazine. Rate of fire 650 RPM. Optic: integrated battery powered 3x optic with night vision capabilities. The lore: by the 2020s, the Chinese military sought to move away from its reliance on Soviet pattern AK derivatives like the Type 56 and its descendants. The PLA prioritized a fully indigenous rifle design. The answer was the Type 20 assault rifle. The weapon was notable for being the first mass-produced Chinese rifle built from the ground up, chambered in a PLA's 5.8 by 42mm cartridge, a small caliber and high velocity round designed to rival NATO's 5.56 cartridge. What made the Type 20 stand out was its integrated optic housing. Instead of modular rails or detachable scopes, the PLA designed the rifle with a permanent night vision capable sight, powered by the side-mounted battery in the housing. This allows soldiers to fight effectively at night or in low light conditions. The optic has 3 modes: standard illuminated reticle with battery off, low light amplifier, and a full infrared night vision. Though advanced, this came with drawbacks. The scope was bulky, and batteries were discharging pretty fast, but can be swapped relatively easily. Repairing the optic required factory servicing, but still, the PLA considered the trade-off worthwhile, especially for special forces and frontline troops, who needed an edge over the American infantry. The Type 20 would see limited deployment before the Great War, mostly issued to reconnaissance brigades and some infantry brigades. Surviving rifles in the wasteland are rare, but their night optics made them highly sought after. Showing some stats for the game. The weapon can be repaired with standard assault rifles plus electronic parts. You cannot call yourself an army without a general purpose machine gun, and I have designed one for the Chinese. As any military, China also needed a general purpose machine gun, like the American M60 or M240 Bravo. A heavy, reliable, rugged design that can operate in harsh conditions, so I have created the Type 90 Model B machine gun. Origin: People's Liberation Army, People's Republic of China. Type: general purpose machine gun. Caliber: 7.62 by 54 mmR. Chinese copy of a Soviet round. Common in the PLA. Feed system: belt fed, with a 100 round drum mag, non-disintegrating links. Rate of fire 600 RPM. Weight 9.8 kilograms, loaded with drum. Features: integrated bipod, quick change barrel, optional tripod mount. The lore: the Type 90 Model B was developed by the Chinese military in the late 1980s as part of their modernization effort. Over time, they fully developed their first domestic general-purpose machine gun, the Model B, intended to replace the aging RPD and PKM pattern weapons and having just one domestically made machine gun, ensuring reliable logistics in long campaigns like Anchorage. The weapon used a belt-fed system, keeping the belt ammunition contained in a drum mag. Soldiers could carry multiple preloaded drums instead of loose belts, speeding the reload in the field. It was chambered in 7.62 by 54 mmR, a tried and true cartridge that China had mass stockpiled for machine guns and sniper rifles, while the PLA's new assault rifles used the 5.8 cartridge. Machine gunners kept the heavier round for range and suppression. The Type 90 was durable and strong. It was widespread issue among the Chinese armed forces during the Anchorage campaign, where its reliability in extreme cold gave it an advantage. In the post-war wasteland, surviving examples are rare but prized by wastelanders, who admire the ease of maintenance and simplicity of the system. The system needs minimal cleaning and maintenance to work, which is very important in the Wasteland. Showing you some stats for the game. All the weapons up until now were made pre-war, and one of them has to be made post-war. Realistically, I think it's easier to manufacture SMGs post-war, because of the caliber they use. A simple blowback design that the Wastelanders made themselves from old blueprints. So that's what I decided to design, the Weasel Badger. Origin: post-war Wasteland, mainland China. Type: SMG, caliber 9x19mm. Action: blowback. Feed system: T-helical. Rate of fire: 800 RPM. Weight: 2 kilograms. Features: collapsible stock, compact design, very high rate of fire. The Weasel Badger SMG was not made pre-war, but in the makeshift workshops of post-nuclear China. With the old People's Liberation Army armories raided long ago and ammunition stocks dwindling, Wasteland gunsmiths needed a weapon that could hold a substantial amount of ammo, doesn't weigh much, and has a simple design. Inspired from a surviving blueprint of fragments of the Changfeng SMG, scavengers replicated the design using scrap metal and salvaged machining tools. The iconic 50-round helical magazine was retained, since it allowed fighters to stay in the fight longer, without reloading. Unlike the precision-machined pre-war version, the Weasel Badger magazine was often crude, rattling, and prone to jamming. If not well maintained, the weapon earned its name from the ferret badger, a small, quick, and notoriously aggressive animal native to China. Like its namesake, the SMG is light, twitchy, and dangerous beyond its size. It is beloved by raiders, caravan guards, wastelanders, and etc., and is relatively popular in the Wasteland. Some stats for the weapon. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you liked my ideas. Thanks for all the likes, the subs. If you want to see more of what I make, feel free to subscribe and like my videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.